I can hear you.
Okay.
Mic check. All right.
You would like to hear a hot 16? You would like to hear me spit hot fire?
Yes,
like
definitely.
Vandelay's Hot 16.
Hello.
Let me hear your first 4 bars.
Damn.
Fucked it up already.
And you want to go 16?
It was like 8 Mile, right?
There is vomit on your sweater already.
This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now.
No filter.
No filter.
No filter.
No filter.
Welcome to No Filter.
The No Filter.
No filter.
The No Filter Podcast, which is
An EMP Network production.
in this show you'll encounter nothing but
Straight talk. No PC.
No PC
No PC consistency
Please note that the
opinions from the host.
are not a reflection of the EMP network. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening.
Thanks for listening,
thanks for opening up your ears and your minds.
and we hope you like this one.
I really thought you had like at least 4 bars.
No, I'm not a rapper.
You going? Oh yeah, y'all should let
I
me.
thought,
hear that.
well, then what are you talking this big
he's
game
like-
for?
I just
Oh,
feel like I'm in
man.
the booth right now with the headset. and just,
Yeah, you are in a booth with the headset. But
I'm not in a booth.
turn me up. Turn me up. Turn me up.
Turn my
me
music
up.
higher.
All right. Like at the beginning of Victory, I swear, I still think that's one of the best like intros. 1, 2. All right, now the
Check me
music's
out,
loud.
yo.
The music's loud.
Yo,
Like,
what
he's
happened to your
talking
foot,
through-
man? You missing a toe? Oh, shit. How'd you do that?
I always cross my toes.
I thought he was missing a toe.
Yo,
How's he do that?
that's crazy. And that's like the middle toe too, right? Or no, that's the
That's the
index
index
toe.
toe.
The index toe.
You guys don't cross your toes?
I can't.
Hey guys, welcome to No Filter. I'm your host, Remorseless. I'm here with Double D
Hey, what's up?
and A Vandelay.
From Vandalay Industries.
I hate that shit. All right, and we're rocking. What do you do that's weird like that? Like I literally like if I'm like this and I always like my toes are always like this.
Are you nervous or something?
What do you mean?
Like, is that why you cross your toes? Are you nervous?
No, it's just something that I did. Just like how you always like for some reason you sit like a Ken doll.
Really?
Fuck
You do. You
You're
have
so
very good
stupid.
posture.
Really great posture.
Yeah,
I've heard that
but
before.
you do it on purpose.
I
though.
do not. Get the
Yes, you
fuck
do.
out of here.
Yes, you do. You're like one of those pit bulls with the harnesses on. You remember? you remember the
know what I
dogs with the
do?
harnesses? That
Yeah, can we talk about dogs in stores? I fucking hate that. Does that bother anybody else?
dogs walking in stores.
People bringing their dogs into the store.
You know
That's
something?
crazy.
I'm usually the mind your own business is not hurting you thing, but I don't like that either. And
Yeah.
and here's the reason why. Because you're in this like especially like a grocery store, like a Walmart. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll buy my clothes and I wash them before I wear them anyway. But like a grocery store and me suffering from paranoia, I think that this fucking stupid ass dog is sniffing and licking all of the food that I'm buying. Like the sugar's at the bottom. The dog walked past and he's like,
Oh, yeah,
that's
smelling
sugar.
it, yeah.
You know, he's sniffing the sugar and he's licking the sugar and I gotta buy the sugar. No, fuck that.
Plus, I mean, not to mention, you don't know who's allergic around you, and you're bringing it out in public around people.
And-
I was in the store one time, and this lady, she was, I think, had the mindset of, oh, my dog's so cute, everyone must want to pet it. So the dog was like trying to climb up on me, and she's like, oh, Rover, stop, playing real coy. And I'm like, get your fucking dog off me. I don't want to
hate
pet
that.
your dog.
He doesn't bite. I get that,
Yeah.
but just get him the
I don't
fuck
give a
away from
shit.
me.
I
Yeah.
kicked the dog before for doing that. They were like, he wasn't gonna bite. He doesn't bite. How does he eat, bitch? The fuck out of here.
You're like that's how I roll, bro. Remember when he punched the dog off the roof?
Oh, yeah.
He
I'll
booted
never forget
Baxter.
that.
That is
I've
that
had
is the
nightmares.
funniest. That is the funniest scene. You killed the thing I love. there it is.
Now I gotta kill something you love.
Now what do you love? He was like, I love Scotch, and of course my dog Baxter. Oh well, here's what's happening. Boom.
Did you see the stuffed animal?
Yeah, he's
that flew?
What is this?
This is
I'm
on
an
Anchorman.
Oh, okay.
When he punched the dog off of the bridge.
When Jack Black punched the dog off the bridge.
Yeah.
And then Will Ferrell screaming in the booth like, I'm in a glass case of emotion.
But it's funny because, like, who asked that, right? Like, what's something you love? And he takes it. He's like, and he told him, "Yeah, I love Baxter." Okay.
Well, this is what's happening.
This is what's happening.
This is what's happening. I love that.
I love those movies, man. Like, people say I have a weird sense of humor, but I love Will Ferrell movies and like movies like that, like all those goofy.
I don't mind. I like most of them. Like, but after a while, they just get so repetitive. But I like for example, I still think one of the funniest movies I've ever watched is 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yeah,
I love
that's
that
hilarious.
movie. That movie. It may have been because it was such a mold breaking movie. Even though Anchorman was before it, that one, it seems like it stepped it up so much. You know what I'm saying? It's like Jason was before, or it's like Friday the 13th was before Scream, but everybody likes Scream more than Friday
Right,
the 13th
right.
because of what Scream did. I think personally, what 40-Year-Old Virgin did, it like stepped up the movie. Because if you think about what 40-Year-Old Virgin gave us, pause, like,
It was polarizing.
not only that, but it gave us The Hangover after that. You know what I'm saying?
Talladega Nights.
It gave us more movies like that. It showed them that this inappropriate, fucking ridiculously funny but obnoxious type of humor, like the polarizing humor. Like, I love when you find funny shit in divisiveness. You get what I'm saying?
yeah.
A perfect example, one of my favorite, if not my favorite comedian, R.I.P., but Patrice O'Neal. I was watching him yesterday. It still makes me laugh. Chris Rock was the same way. He still makes me laugh. You know what I'm saying? Now, make no mistake of it, like comedians like Kevin Hart, I think he's hilarious. However, he's not as polarizing as the other ones. Like, shout out to Andrew Schultz. Andrew Schultz, right now, I think he's the funniest dude out right now. He is funny as shit. And the reason why he's fun, the main reason why he's funny is because I don't think he doesn't try to, like, he's been turned down by Netflix. He's been turned down by Comedy Central. He's been turned down by all of these things. So he's doing everything by himself now. And since he can do what he wants. You know what I'm saying? I think he's a better version of Louis C.K. How do you guys feel about that whole Louis C.K. using the N-word and Chris Rock not saying anything? Because he had a whole lot of backlash because of it.
I'm not familiar. What happened?
So, first off, this is one of the best conversations that's ever existed. I forgot the British dude, the British comedian's name, but it was him, Louis C.K., Chris Rock, and Jerry Seinfeld having a movie. I mean, having a conversation. It's on YouTube. I actually watched it on YouTube, and they're just going back and forth, just talking to each other. Like, it's such a great interview. Like, they talk about so much shit. But Chris Rock was describing like Louis C.K. or something like that, and and Louis C.K. was like, "Oh, so you're calling me?" And then he was like, he used the N-word, and Chris Rock was like, "Yeah, well," and they were joking around, and he was like, "Yeah, you were acting really, N-wordish," and like. But that was also Louis C.K.'s shtick
he's done it
from
in
the
so
beginning.
many stand-ups. He said it in so many stand-ups.
But Chris Rock was getting a lot of backlash
Backlash for
because,
not saying it.
and Jerry Seinfeld was like, and and Jerry was like, "See, I never found humor in something like that." And Louis was like, "Well, you always got to find humor." I'm obviously paraphrasing. I'm not quoting him. And Jerry was like, "I don't think I've never wanted to." And so Jerry's getting praised, and Chris Rock, they say that Chris Rock
annihilated.
should have said something.
Yeah.
Like, was
it more the black community that's been scolding him?
obviously.
I mean, anything you do, I think, with the black community, if it's not pro-black, then you're going to get scolded. I'm joking. Relax. You have to relax.
Say the Pledge of Allegiance.
You know what? I never said that in school.
What?
Nope. My
You
mom
didn't
told me
have
not
to?
to do it. Like, I stood for it. I just never did
Oh,
it
okay.
or said it. My mom told me not to do it.
Why?
She said, "You pledge to God." I was
Okay.
like, okay.
Fucking asshole.
Asshole. My mom wasn't a drinker either, right? And she would.
She is now. She drank me under the table, but I mean that's not setting the bar high. But yeah, she drank me under the table.
She was never like, she's still not a drinker, but she'll have wine from time to time, and that's when that fucking asshole comes out. Now it's so funny, yeah. Like I'll be like, "Mom, like just stop doing that," because she'll be doing something. Her behavior is erratic when she drinks, and she just does dumb shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she'll start cleaning and start tripping over herself and stuff, and then I'll be like, "Dude, just relax." And she'll be like, "You relax, you fucking asshole." Oh my goodness, the hostility.
Wow, my mother would never talk to me like that.
Sometimes I think she looks at me and just envisions my dad, and then just like goes. Because when I was a kid, there's been a couple times I was so confused by things that happened. Like she would just get so pissed off, and I'd be like, "I was eating cereal. I didn't do anything." Like,
Oh, yeah.
the fuck.
Yeah, that's interesting to see the dynamics between like whenever you are a kid and you don't understand things that happen,
Yeah.
and then you become an adult and you like come into the other side of that situation. You're like, oh shit, now I understand.
Yeah.
the both sides of the equation here.
It's pretty
Yeah,
funny.
that is funny. I think we had a podcast about that before. Like, it is funny because when you're growing up, like if your parents aren't together, you hear a whole lot of your dad this, your dad that, your dad this, your dad that. Then like the dots start connecting as you get older, and you're like, wait a minute,
just
hold
bitter.
on. Yeah, and there's a lot of shit where it's just well,
She was just bitter.
so, and it's actually up to you to understand though.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't have the best relationship with my dad, but it wasn't because of the relationship with him and my mom. It was because of the relationship with me and my dad.
Right. Same
You know
thing
what
with
I'm
me.
saying?
Yeah. Same thing with me.
But like, yeah, it's crazy how that works because like if you listen and see, this is the reason why you shouldn't. This is the reason why you shouldn't listen to like exes about the person they broke up with.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
You're getting one side of the story.
One
Exactly.
side.
There's always some type of anger and frustration and
first-
different things like that.
That's one of the first questions I ask women. You know, well, what was your most?
What was your
recent-
ex like?
Now that's a good one. But I asked like, what was your relationship like? Like,
Oh, okay.
why are you single? What was the breakup over?
Yeah.
You know? And they always just say, well, he did this. It's just like
Yeah.
they're pointing fingers.
Yeah, like if you notice a pattern of like every ex she talks like really bad about, or like it's always his fault. It's
I'm like, okay,
is it
so
always his fault?
So where did you contribute? Like, how did you contribute to the problem?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, well,
I
I
didn't-
didn't do
I
anything.
didn't do
I'm
anything.
perfect.
Mhm.
My shit smells like fucking roses. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
But I wanted to ask a question because we were talking about movies and stuff. And I'm going to look at you, Double D.
Yeah. Well, you gave it away. I already know it's either number one about sports or number two black people.
No, white people this time.
Oh, okay. Wow. I thought you were making a conscious effort to include me in those conversations.
Well, going forward, I
For
will.
now on in sports, we don't include you. We include Chucky.
Chucky.
But, yeah, well, I think he's busy today. He might.
There was a playoff game though. He's definitely like writing a report or something.
Oh, for
Or he's
sure.
on his
I'm
two
sure
two great
station.
playoff games yesterday. Yeah.
Chucky was
Absolutely.
amazing. Chucky's amazing. I think I like Chucky more than I like you.
That's so funny. Like to like not like someone, but they're just like, yo, when you're in character, you're amazing. But when you're not, you're a
You're
dick.
such a dick.
But no, I was going to ask, why do white women always fall in scary movies?
Fall.
Yeah, like, and
Shit,
it's
you
over
coulda-
nothing.
Shit, you could have asked me that. My wife falls standing
yeah,
up.
that's- like
Remember,
that-
she
like,
sprained
you know
her
they're
ankle
running?
walking out the
Yeah.
house.
And they just trip over a blade of grass.
Yeah.
And then they
blade
lay
of
there,
grass.
and then they look back at the guy
And crawl away,
Yes.
scoot on their ass
instead
away.
of getting back up. Like, what is that about?
That's just a movie trope.
I hate
That's
that.
not a white woman.
I love,
That's not a real thing.
I love how you classified that, but
It's just to move the plot forward.
I don't.
In a movie
I don't know if that's
to
not
get her
a,
killed.
I
He
don't
said
know
it's
if
not a
that's
real
not
thing.
a white thing though, because like I said, my wife she fell walking out the house and sprained her ankle. Now you guys walked in and out my house. There's not really anything to follow on that.
He said it's not a real thing.
I mean, people do fall. I guess.
How do you qualify? You really put that on the whole white community.
I saw this in movies, so it must be true, right?
No, I didn't
That
mean
would be.
it that
This
way.
is when you say, okay, so why exactly do you shoot each other in the back with shotguns?
I would never. I would never insinuate.
You see in movies that black people eat hot sauce. What's up with this hot sauce thing?
Hot sauce is fat.
You know what's crazy? I don't eat it.
You
No?
don't eat any condiments. We already got.
Yeah,
we already
yeah,
went
that's
past that
right.
because you're fucking stupid.
I just started to eat like mild and buffalo wings. They're pretty
Wow.
tasty.
Adventurous.
Yeah, they're pretty tasty.
Wow.
It only took you 31 years. You
I know.
sack of shit. Unbelievable. Yeah.
Does that
So,
not make me black?
I
Yeah, you have to
you're-
turn in
you
your
will-
black card.
You will always be black. You can't really help that.
I mean, my pigment, like my, you know, I have melanin, of course. You know, my pigmentation's But
Well, we all do. You just have more than other people.
That's literally your only qualifier.
That's it. That's what.
That's all it takes. So, we're going to go ahead and push forward to a topic. Yeah, let's move on. Let's go. Double D, you're up.
All right. Okay. So I was reading an article. You guys know. I've talked about this. You guys know I love those Lifetime Christmas movies, right? We've talked about this. You guys don't watch them. You guys ever seen the Lifetime Christmas movies?
Never.
Yeah.
So good. I love it.
They're not good. There's nothing good.
It's my guilty pleasure. They're cheesy, and they're all the same.
It's like art late night watching criminal.
That's it.
Are you also wrapped up in an Afghan, like watching them?
I mean, if it's cold.
First off, there's nothing wrong. I got a Batman Snuggie downstairs, and it's like one of the warmest things ever.
It's not. Yeah, it's
Snuggie?
Now let me ask you: is this unmanly to have your feet like folded, like on the like you're on the couch with that?
Oh no.
Okay.
No, I always sit like that in my recliner.
Okay, smooth.
Yeah,
Smooth.
for
Okay,
sure.
Good.
All right. So this one particular Lifetime Christmas movie used a prop, as all movies do, and it was a picture of this family. Now, I don't think it said in the article where it got this picture, but it was a picture of a family that they used as a prop. And the characters in the movie looked at this picture and called these people ugly. Okay? It's in the script, in the movie.
Hilarious.
So,
Those people, were they ugly?
I don't know. I can't see.
I wish I seen the
can't tell.
picture of those ugly ass people.
So the people the real family who this photo belongs to, saw this on the movie and said, "Hey, that's not cool," and they are now suing Lifetime. First of all, how crazy is that? Like, if you're watching a movie and you see your family photo on screen, that'd be crazy.
I would take a GIF of it or like a video of it, and I would put it on like my social media and shit. Like, yeah. I would do something with it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it would. Do you think that there's any validation in suing?
I mean,
for
technically,
that?
they didn't ask for permission, and it is you, so you can
technically
sue. Technically, you can sue, and you will win and get money for it. I think
that's a petty thing to do, though. I think that's a petty litigation.
Yeah, I think so. I think it is petty, but I think it's petty on both sides because what was so difficult. But see, I don't think it may because the director might not have. They could have just seen it like, yeah, well, here. But the people that are in picture frames when you buy the pictures, they get paid.
They do, but presumably they posed for those photos.
Yeah, they
got paid for it.
They're like models. Right?
Yeah, this would be akin to Google imaging something and using that without permission, somebody else's photograph.
Yeah, but we can't do that either, though.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the difference between the ones you find in photographs in the store or frames in the store.
Let me ask. So was this a white family in the photo?
Yeah.
What if it was a black family and they called it ugly?
A white family calling the black. The scandal would be so much bigger.
I know. That would be hilarious, though.
So yeah, I mean, my whole point was that if that was my family, I'd be like, eh.
Yeah, I wouldn't give
sue
a fuck.
them.
Yeah, I wouldn't care.
I don't think I would sue them either. But I mean, that is a nice get rich quick scheme. You can definitely pull it off, and it's the director's fault. The director should have did his due diligence.
Yeah. Well, I think it was a prop department. I don't think the director really.
Yeah, well,
they had to.
It was somebody in that. It was somebody in that.
Somebody on
fault.
the set.
Somebody dropped the ball on that, and
somebody
they can't get
okayed
money
that,
from it.
and they probably thought that it was like, nobody will notice.
What if they sued him for royalties and the movie flopped?
I mean, Lifetime movie here.
You know how pissed? Yeah, that's the thing. Lifetime, they'll have money for a lifetime if that shit.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think that they actually seen it, or they were notified of it? Like they
in the article, it says that they saw it.
They were watching a Lifetime movie and said, "Oh shit, that's us."
Yeah, but that's kind of all conveniently, nicely wrapped up for a story, isn't it?
Right. That's because I don't know if I believe that.
I hear you.
It's like mysteriously going past the Twitter feed right after the person gets fucking elected to run the Oscars.
Oh yeah.
No, somebody was looking for that shit. Like,
Oh yeah.
like Jane didn't have anything to do with her Saturday, and she was like, you know what? Let me Google myself. That had to be the case. Somebody
So-
tagged her in it, like, Jane, look what happened.
Did they get anybody to host the Oscars yet?
No, nobody. It says the Oscars will not get hosted. They won't. They're having a hard time finding a host, and they may not have a host this year.
Well, you know what? This
And shout out to Kevin Hart too.
I agree. I think
for
people
really
need to
standing
start
behind it.
pushing back. On,
I watched
on this.
the interview with him and Michael Strahan, and Michael's talking to him, and Kevin's like, "I'm done. Like, I'm not giving this any more energy. Like, I already apologized. I said what I had to say. This is never going away. As long as I keep giving it energy, I'm done. It's over."
Yeah, I'm not a puppet on a fucking string. Like,
And
you're
like,
not gonna get
I
me.
love the fact that he said that. Like, and I honestly believe him. I don't think he's going to give this any more energy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he doesn't need to.
And
It's
he's
over
filming
with.
Jumanji too, so he has to stay focused because that movie was great.
Let's roll into this. You feel it a little bit. Let's. What would you think about Kevin Hart's movies? Like what?
I love Jumanji.
Yeah, Jumanji's one thing. But
Central Intelligence was good. I like the Kevin Hart and The Rock dynamic. I think they're really funny.
That's a good.
But like Get Hard, pause, is not.
Yeah.
I didn't think that was that funny. A lot of I think I didn't watch Night School yet.
I heard it was pretty corny.
But corny can be funny. Like people think you're funny.
Because I'm not corny. I'm hilarious.
You're
The
corny
fuck?
as shit.
I am not corny.
I'm corny
hilarious.
as shit too. Like I'm my kids tell me I'm corny as shit all the time.
Hey, I'm corny. You guys yelled
Yeah.
at me for saying freaky deaky.
You are corny, and you're also one of the funniest people I've ever
I
met.
like being corny.
Yeah, exactly. Corny is
But
funny.
what is corny though?
Like it's more like a safe funny. I think Kevin Hart is a safe funny when it comes to movies.
No, I'm talking about like we put this standard on corny, right? What is corny? Like describe it.
I would say it's a more wholesome thing that you don't have to resort to things like the N-word or swearing to get a laugh.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Well, not just in comedy, just like
just
period.
in general.
Yeah, in
I think corny would be the people that are not in like the immediate circles. You know what I'm saying? Of social life. They're not in their immediate circles of social life.
a bit unorthodox. You mean?
Yeah.
I'm not following you two on where you're going with this definition.
Well, we're talking about the social class of corny. But if we're talking about corny, because I think corny is a good thing, but if we're talking about like if I'm calling somebody like, yeah, you're being real corny, like what I think corny is from that aspect is just somebody who's petty, who's trying too hard to be something. That's what I think corny is. But corny in a good way, like corny like us, I think I'm corny because for one, I mean, I'm a nerd.
So why do you think I'm corny?
Well, that's because you're a fucking geek.
Okay.
And
That's what I wanted
and
to
I knew you for 31 years, and you've always been corny. You've always been a square. That's a rectangle.
That's
I know.
rectangle.
That's like a fucking.
L7 weenie.
Here we go. Here we go. Knuckle to knuckle.
Whoa, two
Pause.
knuckles deep over here.
Yeah. You've always been a square.
So explain this, because I've been following for the last couple minutes on this conversation. To me, corny has nothing to do, only has to do with humor, a type of humor. Explain to me how somebody can be corny in another sense.
Yeah, some people describe some people as corny. And I
Get to the
think
mic,
it's-
Art.
Some people describe some people as corny, and I think that's what he was alluding to. Like it's someone who's like a square, or someone who's not like in the in crowd, like sort of lame.
But not having anything to do with humor?
Yeah, not
I've
having anything.
never
Yeah,
heard
no.
that before.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Never.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's like, I think it's, and that's a,
It might be
that's
a black
culture
thing.
difference.
Yeah,
it
I
might
was
be a
going to say
culture
that's a
difference.
culture thing.
Yeah.
'cause
Because like, yeah, there were like in school, you have lames and you have cool people and different things like that. And the lames are corny. You know what I'm saying? And as an adult, you realize, well, I realize that corny is good.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing at all.
And what I think corny dudes are and corny women are is I think they're the people that's trying too hard. I think they're the people that's looking for validation and different things like that. Like when I call some, like if I call you corny, I'm not saying it in a negative way. But if like somebody's doing some corny shit, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna call them corny in that, like, for that negative way. If they're like trying too hard to, oh yeah, hey, you got your phone? I got a phone too. This phone says, what does your phone say? Let me look at your phone. Let me look at your phone. Double D, double D, double D, double D, double D. Let me look at your phone. What are you doing? Double D, double D. That's corny.
That's you being.
That's annoying.
Like, but I'm trying too hard for like affirmation.
Yeah, and acceptance.
Yeah.
So that's the way we've always looked at.
He just
corny.
Googled corny.
I did because
But it's a cultural thing. Like,
I wanted to bring up, like, how isn't it a little problematic to give a new definition to a word?
it is.
But so I wanted to see if you guys are actually right. So that's why
Absolutely.
it says corny, trite, banal, or mawkishly sentimental, which is not the definition that I have always used it at all. So it's and the example it gives is, it sounds corny, but as soon as I saw her, I knew she was the one.
yeah, so it's like
See,
a lamish.
now that is corny. Like, that's the corny that I use. Like, now this is corny, but you know what I'm saying. That's the corny that I use, like, when I'm describing something that I did that was lame. You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly what we use it for. So something that's like lamish, you know. People even call me, you're a cheese ball. It's the same thing.
Cornball. Yeah, you're a
cornball, cheese ball.
I call him a cornball. I called him a cornball earlier because he did some corny shit.
I just wanted to get you guys' opinion on, you know, what you, or just, you know, what you believed corny to be.
That is so crazy. All right, but speaking of corny, Art, you had a topic?
Fuck off. Okay, so in recent news, and this has been going on for a few weeks now, so this is not new. There is the Bird Box phenomena with the Netflix series Bird Box, which is
It's a movie.
or it's just one.
It's a
right?
movie.
Yeah,
Oh, did you not see it?
Yeah, I seen it. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's just a movie.
one. Yeah, I'm sorry. So I thought it was a fantastic movie. It was something different, and I really enjoyed it. Now, I'm not a person that gives a lot.
You know what I didn't like? Well, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
I'm not a person that gives a lot of movies a try. And I didn't watch it because it was like something that was trending on social media.
Yeah.
I just was like, what is this? And I'm in love with Sandra Bullock, so I just gave it a shot, you know. What? She's a really nice MILF.
She's 56.
So what?
Oh, we're not going to get into this conversation again.
So, but okay, so there was in recent news, there's an article here at CBS News where a teen crashed a car while blindfolded, and they were doing the Bird Box challenge. Now, some of these challenges, they're funny, and I think they're good for like pop culture, and you know, they're fun for the kids to do and all. But stuff like this is just like, do you even have to explain like to people like not
Don't
to do
do
this?
this.
Yeah, like
Here's my
what the fuck
here's
are
my,
you doing?
Here's my impersonation of Art. Let's talk about this. Do you feel it? You guys feel it? You guys
feel it a little
You
bit?
feel it a little bit? Let's go ahead and talk about
You
this.
feel the energy?
First off, I watched Bird Box. I didn't know, like, these things should have disclaimers at the beginning. This movie is going to mean a lot more than whatever. Like, you, instead of just watching it for entertainment, you have to really take it in because, you know, I don't buy art. Pause. I don't buy art. I don't fucking buy like paintings and different things like that. And I don't look at stuff and think that it's more than face value.
Right.
So I watched the movie and was like, this is an entertaining movie. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't give a deep dive into it. Like I thought I was supposed to. I mean, I guess I was supposed to because like I was like, oh, I finally watched Bird Box, and they're like, oh, what did you think of it? It was a good movie. Yeah, but socially, what did you think of it?
I didn't think there was any.
I didn't think there was a
anything
social
deeper
message.
to go into it.
It was just a like, and I'm reading these different things about it, and I'm not going to stay on this topic too long because honestly, I don't give a fuck enough. But like, the topic really isn't with Bird Box. What I want to bring up, I don't mean to Bogart and take your topic, but like, why is it that people want things to be more than what they really are? Like, it can't just be a movie. Or why can't you just take like entertainment at face value and just enjoy the entertainment
and not add the substance.
Everybody
that's
tries to make
that's
it
a simple
more.
answer.
All right, go ahead, give me it.
People were bored with their lives, and they're looking for more meaning than there actually is.
Yeah. That is a very simple answer. Thank you, Double D.
Clawing away, trying to find it. You know what I mean?
It just doesn't make sense to me, and it's discouraging because now you don't want to talk about like movies and shit. Like, I can't say, yeah, well, I liked it. It was a good movie. Like, the acting was good, or it had a good plot, or something like that. It's, oh yeah, well, like, did you see the beginning of Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs? Flint was alone, and then since he was alone, that represented society and how we're all alone in it. Like, shut the fuck up.
I can't say that. Do you remember me telling you about?
I don't remember you telling you anything. You're always with you. I'm not.
That's true. I went on a date with this girl a little while ago, and
Yes.
Fuck yeah. Go ahead. No, that's not what I'm celebrating about. He told me this before, and I told him to bring it up on the podcast, and he kept saying no.
I think enough time has passed.
Then he's saying yeah. Then he's saying no. Then he's saying yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna drop 16 bars.
You should have dropped it.
I thought you were gonna drop some bars.
I gave you the Destiny Child drop.
I told you.
Come
guys,
on, Vandalay. What are you doing?
Fire. I had no hot fire.
But
for
you just said I'm gonna spit some blood to fire.
I want to hear what Double D has to say.
Oh yeah, right. Go ahead and try to dodge now. Now who's dodging?
Yeah. All right. Okay, so this girl was telling me about she works with she does something in art. Her job is art. She does research and then she does projects and she presents them. I don't know how this is a job that somebody gets paid to do. Obviously, I guess that's the kind of thing where you get like a college degree and then you go on to more, shit that I didn't do. So she's telling me about these art projects going on in Pittsburgh. I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's really neat. I dig art. But then she starts telling me.
Pause.
Easy,
sir.
Easy. Artwork. Sorry. Wait, last name's not Work, is it?
No.
All right.
That was a good one.
Okay, so she starts telling me about this program that she helped put together to help inner city people go to museums to see art around the city.
Okay.
I said, hey, that's really neat. I mean, be nice to get more people introduced so they can see art and whatnot. And so this program was they I guess arrange like something like an Uber or a taxi driver to pick these people up who can't drive and take them to museums.
Okay.
I said, oh, that's great. Then they can see the art at the museums. And she said, no. That is the art. I said, what? She said the program to pick these people up and drive them, that's the art. What the fuck?
Yeah. Sometimes I think those people who have those artistic brains are just odd as hell, and I can't get with it sometimes. I'm sorry.
That's too much. That's like what you were talking about, like the looking for meaning and, let me scratch my chin.
Like this is just too much. And the funny thing, did you see a few years back, a guy left his glasses on the floor, like he dropped them and left them on the floor in a museum, and they sold for $11 million because they thought it was art. People's taking pictures of them and staring at them, and they're looking at them like, oh, these are in. They sold for $11 million.
Oh my god!
Like $11 million for some idiot, like.
Some people.
How about? Oh, sorry, I just thought it just popped in my head. Have you guys seen this lady who yarns or knits with vagina wool?
Wait, what? What's vagina wool?
All right, guys, this podcast is over. I'm out.
This podcast is keep it going.
I'm gone.
Keep it going.
What the hell is vagina wool? That has to be the name of this.
Vagina wool, was it?
Oh,
she
man.
takes wool, shoves it up inside of her vagina, and then she sits in front. It's a performance piece. She sits there in front of people and takes. Sorry guys, I didn't mean to like do that down near my crotch, so you had to
He
look at it.
definitely pantomimed vagina wool.
So she's pulling it out and she's knitting it while people are watching her, and she does this all the time, all month. So even whenever she gets her period, she's still doing it. She's like, yeah, it's just dyed red now.
And it
I
smells
shit
like
you not.
it smells like metal.
Well, it's to get more in touch with the human female form.
And people buy these things.
No, it's you go and watch it. It's a performance piece.
So you watch her. That's
That is
a strip
disgusting.
club.
You've seen this.
I've seen,
It's either a
I've
strip
seen
club.
I've seen somebody shoot ping pong balls and
Ping
smoke
pong balls.
cigars out of their vaginas too.
I thought it was
Why
the
not knit?
gynecologist.
They need to get back to work if the gynecologist is doing that. Walk in your
all
OBGYN
of
is
these-
knitting.
all of these high performance strippers, now you know for a fact that you can actually get paid a lot more for doing what you've been doing since you were
Make
18.
it art. Hey guys, Double D here, and let's face it, you're a loser. Yeah, yes you. You don't have any friends. And here's why this is a problem. Because after you've downloaded this episode and listened to it, you're going to love it so much, you're going to want to go out and download all the other episodes of No Filter from the EMP network. And then after you've listened to those, you're going to love this show so much, you're going to want to run out and tell all your friends about it. But guess what? You don't have any friends. So go out into the real world and make some friends. That way you can tell them all about it. And you can also tell them about our socials where you can hit us up. Hit us up at Twitter at network_EMP. Also on Instagram, EMP Network 412. And also on Facebook, you can like us, EMP Network, and share it with all your friends on there. You know, they say that they're your friends, but they're not your friends. So go out into the real world and make some friends. You weirdo.
Just imagine, like, those girls that, like, smoke cigars in their vaginas. Like, do you
Wait,
think
what?
you've never seen a stripper smoke a cigar in her
No,
vagina?
man, I don't watch shit like
Are
that.
you kidding me?
No, I'm not. I'm serious.
No, wait a minute. Did you
Who
ever see
smokes
one?
a fucking cigar out of their box?
Strippers that get paid a lot of money. Did
Wow.
you? So you mean to tell me you never seen? Did you see him shoot ping pong balls?
I seen the ping pong thing.
Like, did you see the bear pong with the vagina?
Yeah, I
that
seen
shit
that.
was that shit. No, that was talent. Like her angle and like it was wow.
These people are gonna burn.
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. Like I was just
No judgment.
It was one of those things where like it was like a car crash. Like you're like
You just have to watch.
you're like wow, there are so many limbs on the ground, but I can't look away from this. This is. Like
Wow.
it was because she was really getting them in the cup.
Nice.
And sometimes
That's
she was
talent.
getting them on the bounce, and you know that's takeaway too. And and these dudes were drinking the cup.
Oh yeah.
See, I'm not into that world, man. I hate all that bullshit.
Well, this is obviously
people
when I
pissing
was
on
younger.
each other and all that shit and drinking it. Like, man, come on.
Like
it's
yeah,
normal.
but first off, think about that. You're going to see a stripper shoot a ping pong ball out of her vagina
crazy.
into a cup, and you're drinking the contents in the cup.
That's talent right there, baby.
That's disgusting, right
Never.
there, baby.
Yeah, I would
Sign this
never
lady.
Do that.
That is nasty.
That's better than shooting it out of her asshole, which I'm sure there's a lot of millennial strippers doing that.
They're shooting them out of their asshole too.
I'm sure.
That's crazy.
I wouldn't put it past Remorseless to be involved in that kind of
Wait
shit.
a minute. Why would I be involved in that?
Because you guys, both of you guys, millennials, you love that shit.
All right, that was
You eat it up like it's an asshole.
You're not. So here's you. We're not going to keep.
Yeah,
getting
let's
into
not
this.
keep
We're not
going
going to
on.
keep getting into this ass eating conversation.
No,
I'm done.
but yeah. What do you guys think about that? Like with Bird Box and all this stupid shit, like driving while blindfolded.
Okay, well, full disclosure. Before Bird Box came out, I've been playing this little game. I can't be the only one that plays this game, so I'm going out on a limb here, but I can't be the only one.
Chicken?
Huh?
Are you playing chicken or something?
No, well, I mean, just closing your eyes while you see how long you can go closing your eyes
What the fuck? Double
while you're
D?
driving.
What the?
You've never done that?
No, because I value my life.
Oh, well, there's a difference between us.
Time out. Hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute.
4 seconds is the longest I was able to make.
Wait a minute. So I just want to be clear. All right. So you're driving, and for some reason, you have a thought,
Some reason.
and your thought is, I want to see how long I can close my eyes before I get too afraid and I have to open them.
Yes, that's it. See how long you can go.
The premise is crazy.
Well, you got to choose a straightaway, right?
Yeah, you can't be in a
With no-
residential
yeah.
neighborhood.
No. Well, I mean, you can, just as long as it's a straightaway.
Hit a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
I have my eyes
Or you'll
closed.
ping pong off of everything.
Well, I'm sorry. I forgot you two are city boys.
It'll be like-
I'm
it'll
doing
be
this
like
more
Sonic.
from out in the country.
Right. Okay.
It'll look like the bonus board on Sonic. Bing, 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 bing.
That is crazy. So you've done this recently?
I do it all the time. Have you done it while walking? Have you ever done it while walking? No. You've never been walking down the hallway and just be like, when no one's around, close your eyes, see how long you can go before bumping into something?
No, don't.
Come on,
I'm
guys.
sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Quit looking at me like that. It's a fun do you guys give your... Okay, let me ask you this. Do you give yourself challenges like that?
I challenge myself all the time.
Do you? Okay.
Like, if I'm in the house, like, I'll put a blindfold on so that way I can remember where everything is in the room. Like,
Okay.
stepwise. Like, if I'm, like, for example, if I close my eyes right now, I can tell you everything that's in this room. You know what I'm saying? And where exactly it is.
Yeah. See, that is not weird.
And
I do
I can get
challenges.
up and I can walk to it without hitting anything because I know but I'm in my house. Like, I'm not.
It's like you're preparing for some situation that will never happen.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
I
if
was,
it does, you're ready.
yeah, I mean,
The apocalypse, like
Like if you
when the
suddenly go
zombies come,
blind.
Yeah.
I was blind before. And
Wait,
it's.
what?
Yeah.
So
Don't
I
worry.
see. I challenge myself with things that make sense, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm not. I'm not. Licensed to do any electrical work, but I'll try to fix something in the house and I'll do it, right?
Yeah.
Like, and taking that chance. That's my challenge.
I don't
not
even challenge
exciting
myself.
enough.
to do that.
Boring.
Okay, so let's get into this. Because I get made fun of a lot because
I believe that.
go close your eyes and walk into a wall. Anyway, so like now you know how we grew up and we were taught how to fix cars and how to work on houses and different things like
Yeah, our
that. We
uncles
really
were
had to
really
really had to be self-sustaining, and we were taught by our uncles and different things like that.
Yeah.
But I don't do any of that. And the reason why I don't do any of that, here's my logic, okay? For example, my car. If my car fucks up and I fix it and I fuck it up, I have to take it to somebody anyway, right? So I'm actually losing more money than what I did, than me just taking it to somebody, them fucking up, and them having to fix it.
That's your excuse for not being a real fucking man? Are you serious? Look, so yesterday when it's like snowing, it's coming down, right? My headlight went out, I noticed.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, fuck. So I ended up going to Advanced Auto, and I put this headlight in, but I burnt the shit out of my hand. And it was out in the fucking cold, and this
but
guy
that's-
seen me. And I was like, oh, shit, fuck. And he's like looking over, and I was like, sorry, man, sorry.
Hey, Bill.
But those are little things. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
Like changing tires,
Or changing oil,
changing oil, and different things like that. You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't. My oil changes are only $5. I'm not changing my oil.
Where do you get an oil change for $5?
I have a discount. And I go to Jiffy Lube, but I have a discount, and I have a friend that works there. So
I was going to say, I don't know if I
Hook
trust
me
a
up.
$5
I
oil
know,
change.
like, what the fuck?
hook me up. Hook me up. That's what it sounds like.
I got screwed before. I went to one of those like 10-minute oil change places.
Yeah.
And then as I drive away,
They forgot to put oil in your engine blue.
the plug that they put in was loose. They didn't put it in correctly, and it drained out as I drove away.
That's crazy.
Fucked my engine up.
No, you got to check it. I'll pull right into the park. I pull right into the parking lot, open it, check, cool. Like,
No,
but
see.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, but my oil changes are only $5.
My
They're,
oil
they're
changes
amazing.
Are like $70. There, I go to.
You got a dealer?
Well, that's because you like getting raped.
That's a lot for an oil change. I'm not gonna lie, dude.
That
That's
is a lot
fucking
for a
lot.
fucking
my
oil
car
change.
is synthetic only, so you're going to pay for a higher grade. You know, the standard oil changes there I think are like 50.
Wait, what?
Damn. Are you going to the dealer?
No, I go to a place called Grease Monkey.
Okay.
I've been going to them for years, but I've never had a problem with my car.
Dude,
running.
I'll tell you, as soon as you can find a mechanic that you like that doesn't
$50.
rip you off,
Right.
you guys, it's like finding a barber or somebody cut
I've been
your
going.
hair.
I've been going to them for like 10 years
$50
now.
for an oil change is a ripoff.
I mean, if they
It's not conventional. Never mind.
if they don't rip you off, if they're a good mechanic,
No, but
I
here's
could
the
see
thing.
that.
You said the regular oil changes.
It's $50
or $50. Yeah,
Right.
that is a lot. That's a lot
You
for
go
an
to
oil
Walmart,
change.
it's like 40, 45, I think.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
At Walmart?
Yes.
Walmart oil changes are $25.
Well, I'm talking about synthetic.
You didn't. You said the regular oil changes.
No, I didn't say that. Okay, anyway, fuck it. Listen. I think that that's not too bad of a price. Because some places I've seen where oil changes are closer to 100 for synthetic. Yeah.
Wow.
But that's what they're doing with these cars now. They're making a lot more of these cars synthetic, so you're having to spend that extra money, you know.
Or they're making them synthetic because synthetic burns better.
I mean, I guess so. We're living in a green world now, but when you talk to anyone who fixes cars, they hate dealers.
White out there.
Yeah, it's snowy. Oh, shout out to the first snow, but it's snowy outside. We're not living in a green world. It's white outside.
You know what I'm talking about. We're going green. Everyone's good. What the fuck are you guys just confused me with that. Anyway. But
That's what I'm talking about, Double D.
What I'm saying is, like, when you talk to any mechanic or something, they're like, yeah, they're making these cars now. Like older guys, like, they're making these cars now. And they're so expensive, and it doesn't even need to be like that. Like, it's always something.
I think I could create a character based on, because they're so stereotypical.
You should do one.
There are.
I gotta work on that.
You know what I hate? I hate when you call your mechanic. Like I have a main mechanic. You know, just like you said, you keep them because they like you. It's very difficult.
They're
like
good.
I have
Don't let 'em go.
I
Let's
have a
find a good
main
one.
mechanic, and there are some things that he can't do.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll ask him, yeah, can you do this? Blah 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 blah. And if he says no, he'll be like, you know why? I don't care why. And then he goes down this whole spew of like why he can't do it, and like there's a lot of places, and then Ford this and Pontiac that and blah blah. And I'm like, listen, you
Pontiac.
can't. Can you do it or can't you do it?
When's the
First
last
off,
time they made a-
He went out of business.
don't talk
dude.
shit on
Last
my
time he-
G6.
When's the
Don't
last-
talk shit on my G6.
Yeah, is Pontiac still in business?
Yes, it is.
No, I don't think so. Not for years.
Yes, they are.
Are they really?
Yeah,
What did they make?
I have a G6 outside.
Yeah, but that was like 10 years ago.
Or you know, yeah, it was 10 years ago.
Yeah, dude. I don't
Yeah,
think
I
they're
got
still
a 2010.
business.
I don't think that they're... No, yeah, they can't be still. I haven't seen a Pontiac on the road in a long time.
You literally see it every time you see me drive.
Yeah, I see an old... I'm talking about like something new. You don't even see
Oh, a
commercials
new
for it. Yeah,
Pontiac.
like...
yeah, I haven't seen one either. But anyway, so he's like, and he goes on a real big spew, and it's like, you can't do it. I gotta get off the phone so I can find somebody that can. Shut the
Right.
fuck up. Like, why are you still talking to me? Like, but I mean, he's your mechanic, and he gives you and he hooks you up, so you
Right,
can't
so you
really
gotta put up with a little bit.
Yeah, it's like
It's like going on the first couple dates, right?
yeah, no, it is 100%. Like, let me tell you something.
You gotta
the
date your
monotony.
mechanic.
When me and my wife first got together, okay, so we can talk about the initial dating period. The initial dating period is a whole bunch of bullshit. It's all a lie. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing that you're saying that's true. And you're not even showing
It's an
anybody the
interview.
real you. It's an interview. Exactly. You're showing people the
for sure,
caricature of yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
The
you wanna
person-
show
And
'em
it's your best self, too.
your
Yeah.
best self.
Yeah, exactly. So like when you're like, and where no matter where you are, when you have these conversations, it's like you rehearse them, and you did rehearse them if you went on several dates because you got to
say
got
the
to
same
comb
thing and-
your answers,
Yeah.
and you literally say the same shit
do.
over and over again. But with women, I feel it's different because, like, I think they know they have the allowance to say anything, and like with certain type of guys, like Vandelay, for example, he just wants to have sex with you, so he's gonna listen to what you
outta here.
what you have to say,
Stop that.
right?
So I can't remember who it was. It might have been Joe Rogan, or Joe Rogan might have been quoting somebody, but he said that talking about what kind of man you should be, he said, be the man that you're pretending to be when you're trying to sleep with a girl.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because we were just saying how you put your best self forward,
Right.
and you try and present this image of yourself when in the first little bit of a relationship. Just be that guy all the time.
I don't like that. And I'm gonna tell you why. The
It'll
reason
probably drive you nuts.
The reason why I don't like that is because you're putting your best self forward, but that's not yourself. You get what I'm saying?
True.
I think your best self is the person you are every single day. You know what I'm saying? Your flaws, your your insecurities.
That's not your best self, man. Because
Sorry.
hey, I'm not even looking at you right now.
Sorry.
For the listeners, I'm putting on chapstick as Remorseless is talking, and he stopped. And I'm not even looking at
It's
it, dude. That's on
contagious,
him.
man. I'm sorry.
That's on
He
him.
pulled his out, and I was like, man, my lips are chapped.
Yeah, Vandalay is now putting his on.
You can't look at us? Are you serious? No eye contact?
Yeah, I really need to relax.
So no, I mean, I don't think that's right, because then that never gives you anything to improve upon yourself or to look forward or goals to, like, I need to be a better person. Fuck it, I'm just who I am every day.
No, see, but that's not what I'm saying. You should always improve upon yourself, but that doesn't mean that you can't be who you are. You know what I mean? And that's what I mean. But I think your everyday self is your best self. That doesn't mean you can't improve your best self.
No, your everyday self is not your best self.
Your everyday self is absolutely your best self, because
No,
it's the most true self that you
It's your
are.
true
It may be the true self. It's not your best
not your
self.
And
best
I
self.
think your true self is your best self.
Nah, that's bullshit. You think somebody that murders children, that's their best self?
I think that's the best they can be.
You think that's the best they can be?
I mean, obviously,
You think that they can't not murder children?
no, honestly.
Double D, why that analogy, though? Like, out of all
I don't know.
Honestly,
I don't know.
honestly, obvious. If they could not murder children, they wouldn't have murdered children
That's
to begin
not
with.
true. People make bad decisions all the time.
time.
That they
First-
shouldn't make.
First off, no, murdering a child isn't you making a bad decision. That's something
That's
fucked
a
up
fucking
and broken
bad
in
decision,
you.
dude.
That's something
That's
fucked
a
up and broken
decision,
in you.
and it's a bad one.
That's you. You are a child murderer. Like, that's
But
what,
it's a
that's what
decision
you
to do
are.
that, and it's
Yeah.
a bad decision.
Yeah, but
bad one.
what I'm saying is you.
That
honestly,
does not.
if you
I don't
do
like that because that doesn't take responsibility
Hold
for
on.
yourself.
No, but that's the thing. You still do. Honestly, if you do that, you were always going to do that. You know what I'm saying? I think that if you were going to murder a child, you were always going to murder. Eventually, you were going to get around to murdering
So you
that
believe?
child.
Are you saying, like, is this like a fate thing? You believe in destiny? Like everything's already pre-written?
No. What?
Because that's what you're saying. If somebody was going to murder a child, they're always will. They were always going to do it.
Because it's just in them. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, it's in me to murder someone, but I haven't, and I don't plan on it.
Yeah.
It's in everybody to murder.
Yeah, but like okay.
What I'm saying is, I don't think that your true self, or everybody's true self, is not your best self.
I definitely do.
I don't believe that either. I don't believe your true self is your best self. Like, I don't think that. Okay, so me every day, right? I may do things like I scratch my balls, I scratching my ass and shit like that. I do stuff like that. I would never do that around a woman.
But
But that's true me. I do
Right.
those things I do. That's truly me. But
But will you do that around a woman in a relationship?
yeah, but does that give
But
her my
you're-
best self?
but
I
you're-
think on a dating gives you the best is giving her my best self.
Nah,
when you get in a relationship,
it's
you
a
start
facade.
to settle.
But it's a
It
facade.
is, but that's your best self.
But that's a lie.
It's not a lie.
It is a lie.
If I want to, okay, say I want to work out 6 days a week, all right? That's my goal, and I do that, is that a lie? Like, if I make that a goal to do that, and then I fall off after 2 months, I'm no longer. I go down to 2 days a week.
apples and oranges. Look,
It's not. It's because my best self is being in peak physical condition, right? Is that a lie?
your best self is committing and sticking to that commitment, right? Is that what you're saying? Like, what exactly are you saying?
Yeah. That.
Your best self is committing and sticking to that commitment,
Yes.
right? All right. So if your best self is committing and sticking to that commitment and you are doing that, you're being your best self. But even if you're not doing that, you're like, okay, well, I don't feel like you're being honest with yourself. I don't know. Maybe it's because like I have no insecurity. So I think my best self is me because I'm just what you see is what you get.
I don't
and
think
I'm
you
okay
don't
with
think
that.
you can get
I
any
consistently- No, I didn't say that. See, that's the
You
difference
said
right there.
this is your best self.
That's the difference right there. I do think I am my best self, but that doesn't mean that I can't grow and I can't learn and I can't get better. But Just because something is your best doesn't mean you can't eat. You can't be better.
By definition, you're the man
That's
who
not
likes
true.
definitions.
That's
My
not
best
true.
is the best. You can't get any better.
If you run, if you're jogging and you get your best time, can't you do better than your best time?
Oh, I got a new best. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I see.
You get what I'm saying?
I see what you're
I
saying.
see what you're saying.
I still don't agree with you, but
Yeah, I see what you're
I
saying,
understand.
but I don't think you have to, like, okay, so say, for instance, let's look at the dating landscape, okay? If I decide I really like this girl, I'm taking her out to these fancy restaurants and stuff like that, that's my best self, right? I don't normally eat like that. Like, I don't eat, you know what I mean?
you
So
ever
it's
heard-
like, that's I'm putting my best foot forward.
You're putting a lie forward. Have you ever heard?
not a lie.
Have you
No,
ever
because I'm
heard?
enjoying-
Have you ever heard a girl tell you? And I know you have. Have you ever heard a girl tell you?
Don't touch
You're-
me.
Whoa. Easy.
You're not the person I fell in love with, or you're not the person I met. Blah blah blah. Go.
Yeah. I was
Okay.
being my best self at that time.
So now
I
you're
start
being
to
your
settle.
worst self, or now you're being
I'm
your
being my
okay
true self now.
You're being your true self. Why can't your true self be your best self?
I'm just saying that not everybody's true self is their best self.
I agree with that.
That's
I
what we're
agree with
saying. That's all we're saying.
Yeah, but you didn't say that.
We did say that.
We did.
You didn't say
we,
that.
we pretty much did. Yeah.
Pretty
No,
much did.
you didn't. You didn't say that.
We said it.
Pretty much isn't saying.
we said it.
We said it.
We
no,
said
you
it.
didn't. No, you didn't.
We said it.
No, you
We
didn't.
did.
No,
Said
you
it.
didn't.
Said
You
it.
didn't
Said
say
it.
that. No, you didn't. Put them up. Put them up. Put them up.
Put 'em up. Do the one where you sing.
If I were king of the forest.
That's hilarious.
What do they got that I don't have? Courage. You could say that again. That shit is hilarious. Well, I mean, we're at 51. Oh, hold on, I gotta change that. We're at 51. You wanna go to another topic or?
We're doing 3?
Yeah.
I'll wrap it up then.
All right. I mean, do we have closers? Do you have closers for anyone? Have closers? Anyone? Closers? Closers?
I'll close. I'll start it off here with a closer. The Lifetime movies, like I just asked Double D, why do they? Oh,
What was that?
why, he just threw his shit water
Out of
container at me.
nowhere.
Yeah. Why do Lifetime movies always?
Bounced
No,
off
I
his
was looking
forehead.
down. I saw it out of the corner of my eye.
Why do Lifetime movies always end or start in death? Like that was a question I asked Double D.
Right.
And I guess the Christmas movies only start in death, but all the other ones end in death. Like, why are they so violent? You know, or there is some
Motive for the
and
character.
people love them. They love to see a family ravaged apart by some bullshit. And they're just like,
I
I'm
love
pretty
it.
sure the views on Lifetime movies are crazy. Like, my mom loves Lifetime movies. Like, you know, I don't know what it is.
We should
but
get together sometime.
It's because of Oprah.
It's because of Oprah.
It's because Oprah. Oprah's in like 90% of all Lifetime movies, or directed, or just had her finger in it, or something like that. So
Harpo Productions.
But yeah, I mean, I think that
What?
that's
You
what
know,
it-
it's
that's what it really is.
You know I'm right. I don't know how I know that because I never watch Oprah.
Harpo Productions.
you know a lot about like the black culture, man. Like,
Well, I wasn't. Just because I grew up in the suburbs, in the white suburbs, does not mean that I was not exposed to any of this.
that.
I think that's what you guys don't understand. Like, did you think this is my first interaction with black people?
It's
That's the way you guys act sometimes.
I don't think that. I don't think that this is the first. I think you don't interact often.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to do with your first interaction. It's just you don't interact often or enough.
I mean, would you like me to appropriate your culture to?
That would
show
be
my-
if you next podcast you have to come in your best black fit with your best black accent.
I don't think that's advisable.
Go
Yeah, I
go
don't-
go
I
go
don't
to the
think that's a
tanning
great
salon and
idea.
get a 10.
Not in this climate.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Get a buzz cut and like
blackface.
get Double D written on your.
First of all, I maybe we'll save it for another podcast. But the whole idea of appropriation.
Get your Robert Downey Jr. from Tropic
from
Tropical
Tropic Thunder.
That is one of my favorite movies. Like, I love his character in that movie.
I love how the other black dude is like, what are you talking about? I love how they're like, is he black? Isn't he black? I think it's hilarious.
The first time I watched it, I did not know that was Robert
did you
Downey
know?
Jr.
Did you know that resurfaced and he started getting backlash for it?
Really? Because everyone's so fucking soft today? That's
Hate
bullshit.
fucking people.
Oh, my
yeah.
goodness. Fucking
That shit
millennials,
is so
dude.
funny.
But yeah, this Lifetime thing. I'm sorry, Double D. This Lifetime thing, I think it's super petty. I think that they're just out for money, just like everyone else. Bird Box. Do we even have to tell you not to drive with? And Double D, stop driving with your eyes closed.
I would hate to have to recast.
It's such a hazard, dude. Like
I'm going for a personal best. 5 seconds next time.
He's trying to set a PR. That's so dangerous. I wouldn't advise any of the listeners to partake in any of that activity.
That is fucking stupid, Double D. That is dumb.
And then you say you walk and you do the same thing?
Yeah.
What's your
I do a lot of weird things.
What's your
If somebody watched me, like, while I thought nobody was looking,
what's your PR for
walking? Oh, I don't know. Because that's not as dangerous, so I
Right.
don't really keep. It's kind of just see if I can do it without anybody
like a minute and a
looking
half?
at me.
Like, what the fuck?
Well, actually, the funny thing is, like, what my mom used to do when she drove is she would fake pass out.
What?
So she would teach us what to do. Like, she would tell us over and over again, and then like randomly she would fake pass out
While driving? While moving?
and we would have to jump over and do what we had to do in order to stop the car safely and move like off the parkway or out of the street and different things
I
like
don't
that.
know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I think that's a fantastic thing. I mean, I wouldn't do it with my kids. But
exactly.
no, but the reason why is because I know my kids. I like.
Oh, you would die.
My son would fold under pressure.
You would
And my daughter would just cry.
You would fake pass out. He would really pass out.
But no, and like she would like we would be walking in the mall and she would disappear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then we would have to go to like a police officer or a
I
manager.
think she
in the
was just
store or
trying to get
something
away
like
from
that.
you kids.
I
don't think this was practice for anything.
I think subconsciously.
But
my mom
I think stuff like that is good. I actually do that with my kids. Like I'll tell them go to a police officer, or so, but they have phones now. So if they can't find me, they just call me.
Yeah.
So like we didn't have phones back then, so we would page her, and then she would come up. She would, well, I'm right here, and plus, if you leave a 5, 6, 7-year-old alone now, you're gonna be in trouble.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, don't
Then
do
again,
that.
I don't know because, like, maybe not 7, but like 5 and 6, the kids that when they talk like the big daddy big kid talk,
I wipe my own ass.
like that, like when their R's sound like W's.
Yeah. So, did you guys know Code Adam? Do you guys know this?
I love how we were closing, but anyway.
I know.
go
Sorry,
ahead.
I just think because it
Go
fits
ahead.
with the. I was in Barnes and Noble not too long ago with my kids. I don't think all 3 of them, maybe 2 out of 3 kids, and they came over the announcer and said, "Ladies and gentlemen, we have a Code Adam." Blah 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 blah. I can't remember. So.
Oh,
if
that's
you
the
don't-
missing child.
That's
Yeah,
an
the
abducted or
child
missing
thing.
child
Yeah.
within the store.
Oh,
and so
wow.
what they do is they lock down the store so nobody can come in or leave.
And then they throw tear gas in. Everybody has to hit the floor. It's insane.
Wow, that is insane.
Seriously?
No,
Oh shit! What the fuck?
no, I immediately went because my boy wasn't around me. And I think my daughter's pretty close by, so I went and got her. And then my son, who's the youngest, I was like, where is he? Asking my daughter, and I don't know. And so I had to go across the store, and he was over in the toy section. But yeah, just in case you don't know what that is, if you ever hear that in the store, Code Adam is missing or abducted child.
Wow.
Yeah,
Why
I did.
do
Yeah,
they
I
have
did
to be
hear
these
that.
like these names like Amber and Adam?
Well,
Why can't they
here's
be
the thing:
like Code
if
Latricia?
like, if you're in,
Well, it's named for the child that it happened to.
yeah,
Oh, so it's code, and then for whatever child that is.
Well, no, Amber, like the Amber Alert.
Yeah, well, I
was-
remember her. Yeah,
Yeah, it was named after a
After
girl
her.
named Amber that was.
But what's this code Adam?
Adam was the same thing. I'm
Yeah.
assuming there was a boy named Adam that was abducted.
But
Okay.
see, and here's the thing: you have to have codes because if I'm a kidnapper like you, Vandalay, if I'm a kidnapper and I hear, well, there is a missing person, blah 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 blah, that's going to make me want to work faster. But if I'm just announcing if somebody's announcing over the speaker, we have a code Adam, it's like, oh, well, maybe somebody was stealing something, or maybe this happened and that happened. So it's unbeknownst to me. I think we might have just You know, now in retrospect, we probably just gave up with a code.
Well, no, I mean, it's a good thing. I think people should know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what if the kidnappers, now they know?
Fuck the kidnappers. What do you want to say to the
But they're
kidnappers
going to
for?
work. But they're going to work faster now. They're not going to be able to get caught. They're going to leave the store before.
Well,
the code
I'm assuming
Adam is
they
taking
lock
place.
the door and then make the announcement. I don't think they're going to make the announcement and be like, ah, shit, we forgot.
You know how many people be
Jim,
storming out of the fucking
Jim,
store?
lock the door.
You had one job.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, finish your closer.
That's it. I just think I don't know why we even have to tell people not to fucking drive blindfolded. Like
I'll go
stupid.
next. I think your true self should be your best self, but I don't think that you should stop improving because of that. You know what I'm saying? You can always lap your best time. That was the whole point of our conversation. You can always lap your best time. You know what I'm saying? I know my flaws. I know my downfalls and different things like that. But I'm okay with them because I know I can get better. And that's something that I can practice over and over and do over and over. So that way you lap yourself over and over and over. And you're supposed to do that. And when it comes to being your best self, I think your best self is constantly working on yourself. Does that make sense? You guys get that?
Constantly work on yourself?
Constantly working on yourself is your best self because you know that you're not your best self.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. You can see that.
So you got to stay true. You stay true to yourself, stay true to who you are, and you have to accept it too. You can't, if you don't accept who you are, you'll never be good. You'll never be your best self if you can't accept it. I accept that I'm a fuck up. I accept that Vandelay's a fuck up. I accept that Double D's a fuck up. You guys have similar noses, you and Double D.
No, we don't.
No
No,
way.
we're close. I have
You
this
know,
big
it's that-
ass.
even
You
close.
see this shit
Like
right here?
it's the down curve of your noses.
No, dude.
I don't know.
My nose has been like
It
broken.
may just be an
See
angle.
that?
It may just be an angle.
Yeah, mine's been
Yeah, your
broken
nose
too,
look
but-
pregnant. But
Pregnant
anyway,
with boogers. Is that childish?
But anyway, yeah, I'm just saying, be your best self, but know that your best self is always thriving to be your best self.
Yeah, and I say use Gillette, I think, because that's the best a man can get. And well, that's all I got.
I think hands down that was your best closer.
Thank you,
I've
sir.
ever heard you say. But I mean, other than that, yeah. Thank you for listening. Some of the stuff you hear, you may agree with. Some of the stuff you hear, you may like it, you may hate it, you may agree, you may disagree. Some of the shit that you can relate to, some of the shit you don't. But anything that you hear, one thing that we can guarantee is it'll always be no filter. Signing off. This is Remorseless.
Double D.
Vandelay.
All right, man. Thank you for listening.
You think you're big time? Oh, do you, huh? With your self-proclaimed hot topics, mediocre discussions, cookie-cutter charisma, non-personal personalities? That's just all cute, but this is no filters. We can give a fuck less. Don't panic. We'll only sort out what's what. And after you've realized you're at the bottom of the hill and you can't see us, you can reach me, Art, and the rest of the No Filters family at Facebook, EMP Network, Instagram, EMP Network 412, no spaces, and Twitter at Network_EMP. Man, fuck this. I'm out.
Art.